have state track coming up. I mean, this is kind of the best time of the year if you're a big baseball, softball fan. We'll have some fantastic games. But here on ProView Sports, we've had some fantastic games for you already in the last week. So let's catch up on a couple of the games that we covered since the last time that you joined us here on the ProView Sports Report. We're going to start with a back-and-back on the Cibola Cougars and the Rio Rancho Rams. First up, the baseball game started out first, Cibola versus Rio Rancho. The Rams were already up 2 as we started the bottom of the second. Isaac Brito at the plate. And Isaac Brito, he is fantastic in this game. You're going to want to pay attention to that name a little bit as he goes the long way over the fence. Sitting down to Isaac Brito, rips one the long way, straight over center field. Brito would come in to score, give the Cibola Cougars a 1-run deficit. So then we are going to move on to the top of the third. Rio Rancho's looking for some of that insurance. They got a man on second. But Isaac Harvey, he's got a really good tailing fastball that he was ripping pretty good, and he gets it there, makes the man miss, gets them out of the jam. Just an inning later, the Rams with 2 on, 1 out, Noah Cerna at the plate. Noah Cerna would send this one out to deep center field. The man standing on third holds up. They pad the lead a little bit, and they make that one 2. We move on. The pitcher's duel kind of battled its way all the way to the top of the 6th. The Rams really got going. So guess who again? It's Noah Cerna. He muscles a ball. This one was good for 2 this time. As the Rio Rancho Rams, they were active on the base pads. They were running right off of the pitch. Now the lead's up to 5. I mean, pretty insurmountable. We're here in the bottom of the 7th, though. Tying run at the plate. Ball gets away. Wild pitch from Reifenberger, who'd stepped on the mound, scores. And then Reifenberger, with the runners on second and third, same problem. Ball gets away. Now it's 5-3. Tying run still represented at the plate, but there's 2 outs right here. Cerna comes in to pitch. Jacob Segota into bat. The senior sends one right through the middle. You had the man standing at third, good muscle around to first, and that one would put them down by just 1, so the pressure is now on. It's a 1-run game, bottom of the 7th, tying run in scoring position. Daniel Keene, there's not enough pressure for him. He gaps one out there to left field and would get the RBI single. All of a sudden, it was a 5-1 ball game. It's now 5-5. We go into the bottom of the 7th, before that, he's able to get out of it with the strikeout. So now we move to the top of the 8th. The Cougars, they're able to get them in a quick 1-2-3 succession. So all the momentum sitting for Cibola. We come here to the bottom of the 8th. First man up, Jacob Escobedo. Pops one right through the infield. He's going to be able to get there. And then who comes up next? Isaac Brito. I said watch out for this man. And that is why. It's a walk-off blast. So the Cougars were down 5-1 in the 7th. With 2 outs, they were still down multiple runs, and then they would end up getting a walk-off home run from Isaac Brito. Same spot, deja vu, dead center. You can see that water bucket's creeping into the middle of the screen. Brito gets the big celebration and dumping buckets on him. Big one for the Cibola Cougars as they win that one in 8, 7-5, and that kept their season alive. You'll see as we get into the standings and into the coaches' poll, Cibola is one of the bubble teams. They don't necessarily have to win out this season if they want to go to the playoffs, but winning out the season would pretty much guarantee them a shot. And once you get into the big dance, that's where things get fun. So starting just an hour after that game, this is last Friday, the softball teams from both of those 2 teams would face off as well. In fact, the parents were following along to the baseball game while we were at that game. I was, in fact, there. Again, on April 25th, the Cibola Cougars, the Rio Rancho Rams here. As that one would be started off, Angelica Medina at the plate, hot shot to Ariana Hernandez with a runner on, and she's turned 2 with Hernandez over there at short. The Rio Rancho Rams would stay deadlocked with them till the bottom of the third. Right here, Aaliyah Alvarado muscles one out to the outfield. It was, I mean, for Gabby Moncada, it's her versus Destiny Gonzalez, two of the aces for these two softball teams in District 1. Moncada was pitching good up until Alvarado muscles one out. So we're into the same frame, and the Rams put two in scoring position. Ball bounced over to Macy Melvin. Melvin just gets the throw in time to tamp down on the danger. So we move on to the sixth. It's still 1-0. With two down, runner on first, the freshman phenom, Presley Reek Russetti. She is dominant at the plate for the Rams. If they had Freshman of the Year award, she'd be certainly in the running for it. She puts one to the wall. Haley Rodriguez goes to third. And that sets up Nevaeh Gah. Gah would shuttle this one out to left. It gets the RBI single, and in the late stages of the game, the Cougars tie this one up 1-1. Seems like this could be a lot. The Rams would get Melvin to come up to the plate. She pops one up, and Hernandez on the right side, Marissa Valdez on the right side would end the danger there. So Rio Rancho now looking at a tie ball game for the first time since the third. They wouldn't leave it for long. Marissa Valdez has Jordan Tenorio on first. Valdez, who just got that out, puts one to the wall, and Jordan Tenorio decided early on, hey, I'm going all the way. So she's going to score from first. It's an RBI double for Valdez, and the Rams back in the lead. So Sacrifice put a runner on third, and Gabby Moncada delivers a screwball to Delicia Valdez. Gets one of those out. I mean, it's now down to 2 outs here. They're trying to find a way to generate a run off of this walk, and this is where some kind of shenanigans go. So watch this. So popping off, Valdez kind of comes off, trying to buy time for the runner from third. The Rams are really famous for this one, but the Cibola Cougars saw it coming. They get the out. You can't see it on screen, but the runner's running from home. They play the tag just quickly enough, stays 2-1. So they load the bases for Gabby Moncada. She walks, and we're all tied back at 2. And as you can see, just 1 out here. Next up is Athena Joyce. She's playing out in right field today, and Joyce will drop that one in just in the gap of right field, and all of a sudden the Cibola Cougars, who were down the entire game, take the lead. Rams with one more chance, but the ball pops up to short. AC Melvin slams the door on a pop fly, and the Cibola Cougars in 2 games come from behind in the final inning. This one they win 3-2 over the Rio Rancho Rams, and that's made just a very fun go at what District 1 is going to be looking like in the softball, as the Rio Rancho Rams, Cibola Cougars, Piedra Vista's up there at the top. So in that softball side, District 1 is a just huge shoot, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that this weekend, as we will have the baseball-softball bracket breakdowns coming up. But right now, what we're going to take a look at is the top 10s for the last week. Lots of games we covered here. Let's take a look at the Everguard Roofing and Solar top 10s. Back in a moment on the ProView Sports Report.
Up to 18 miles per hour from the southwest. Bunt shown by V-Hill. It's going to get to first, and he won't tag him, so that advances the runner.
2-2 count. There's the pitch. That one's going to go into right field. Catch is not made. It gets through. Tinker had to hold up, but he takes off. Varos over to second. Tinker on the high horse. Varos with the triple, RBI triple.
Smashed out to left field. That one's hitting the signboard. It's just a little bit short, but Aaliyah Alvarado gets the scoring going here for the Rio Rancho Rams as they take a lead 1-0 on an Aaliyah Alvarado pulled shot.
And he did. There's a line drive, face it into left field. Matheson is getting waved home. Here comes the third of the plate, cut off and thrown, and he is out.
Up to it, and Marcos Martinez does not catch up to it. Still coming in to score. This is going to be a play at the plate. Running into the ball on his way in is Damon McCree. And now the play at the plate. Did he get him? No! All the runners come around.
That one is through, and the game is tied at 5. Santa Maria. It's kicked and left by Sundstrom. That'll allow the winning run into third base.
Challenge bringing in Flowers. Del Angel smokes that one to left field, and Anthony Del Angel knew it from the second he struck it. Anthony Del Angel puts another one on the board for the Storm. Cleveland playing good in the rain. As the thundercloud rolls, Anthony Del Angel rolls back to home.
Escobedo hits one to right field, short blue. And what a catch by Gabe Matamoros again, showing off that glove. Ground ball down the left field line. It stays fair. One run will come in. Here comes another. Griego with a 2 RBI single, and Farmington jumps 11-7 in the top of the 11th.
Brito skies one to center. Going back. Still going. And gone! Brito walks him off with his second home run of the day. 2-run bomb in the 8th. And the Cougars' season's alive and well as they take down the first place Rams.
All right, welcome back here, ProView Sports Report. Hopefully the top 10 didn't spoil everything for you here, as we're going to be getting into some more games. Right now, the Cibola Cougars, I know that we've got a lot of their games. We just happen to do a lot of them, and we've got a doozy of a game for you, as next up we've got the Cibola Cougars on Tuesday taking on the Farmington Scorpions, your starting pitchers, Elias Mira and Eli Edmiston. So this one, we're going to go ahead and start in the bottom of the first. Segota got to third on a double and a stolen base. This one rips through the side. Ryan Hutchinson lifts a single to bring him home, takes the lead. Cougars up by 1. He would end up moving to third on another single and a sacrifice. Gavin Artis at the plate. Again, this is the bottom of the first. He's going to go ahead and paint one over to short. Gets through the shortstop. And Hutchinson would be able to come across as the shortstop tried to throw it out, ate him up just a touch, and the Cougars would take a 2-0 lead. So then we move on to the top of the second. Farmington looking to respond. Jordan Pope drives one to left, and Tyler Wright gets that ball. You can see they're waving the runner around. Tyler Wright gets that throw into the cutoff. They get the out, so Farmington does not get that one. On to the third. Mira walked a few to load them, and then Darnell Joe will walk, brings in the first run of the game for the Farmington Scorpions. But they're not done here in this inning. Here's Edmiston at the plate. He grounds into a 5-3 double play, but the runner on third was not out. He runs in, ties the game at 2. Next man up comes Bognall, and he sees the second pitch, rips it for a 2 RBI triple. You see those guys on first and second, they were booking it around, and Bognall He saw that one hit the wall. He's going to cruise in, and now the Farmington Scorpions were down 2 at the beginning of this, and they're now up by 2. It's a 4-2 lead. So Leo Lopez comes into pitch, and Sataris Griego will pound one just beyond the reach of the right fielder, and there's another extra base hit. So again, it was 0-2, and now it's 6-2 as 2 more runs come through. Cougars respond, though. So Isaac Brito, he's going to ground one. That's the one that sneaks through the shortstop's legs. Joe throws out Hutchinson at third after the run scores. So the Cougars do scratch across one there, but they lose the runner who would have been in scoring position. So all quiet until the 5th. Jacob Escobedo at the plate. Man on, and he's going to smack one out to left field. This one will go over the fence. Escobedo, 2-run shot. And this is a ball game for offense lovers. I mean, Farmington puts up 6. The Cougars, they come back, they respond. It's now 6-5. And that's going to chase Edmiston out of the game. Bottom 6. First, a Zach Wood double. Then after he goes to third on an error, Segota goes up the middle. And this is going to tie things at 6. First that's the double from Zach Wood. Got a little ahead of myself there. So Zach Wood gets that double, and now Segota's at the plate. He sends that one through the middle after Wood's been moved to third. You can see how much it's rocking as the fans saw that. They got super excited. 6-6, plenty of action left. Don't worry, folks. Farmington, they want to win. It's the top of the second. Pope at the plate. He grounds it to Chi, who ends up overthrowing first. The error is going to bring in the go-ahead run. And the Farmington Scorpions now take a 7-6 lead. The Cougars take their turn, though, load the bases with 1 out, down by 1. Isaac Harvey, he's going to drop that one in, Danny Hagstrom in a bind. I'm missing something here. Drops one in the shallow right. They make the diving stop, but it goes to 7-7, and here's where Danny Hagstrom gets in the bind. He strikes the man out. The game's tied, and so we go to extra innings. As you can see, it's the top of the 11th. Nobody able to break through for 4 innings. Finally, in the 11th, runners on the court. Eli Edmiston up to bat. Edmiston drills that one through the middle, and the base hit's going to bring in the go-ahead runs. But the way this one is, you can't just rely on a 1 run. So Declan Madison, he's going to hit that one to short, but unfortunately for the Cougars, it eats him up. And now a couple more come across. It's now 9-7. How about one more? 2 out, Griego up to the plate. He's going to ground one into the gap. And Sataris Griego, who had that big double earlier on, will push across 2 more runs. The Scorpions lead 11-7. Pretty much game over, right? I mean, you can't expect to score 4 runs. Cibola needs a lot. Escobedo up, puts it into left. See that one traps up. It's an RBI double. So the Cougars now in a good situation. Then Isaac Brito will come to the plate with runners at second and third, 8-11. Brito puts that one same side, goes that left way. They're able to get another one. Now it's 9-11. And look, nobody out right now. The Cougars, they've got a chance to win here. Blanchine up. He drives one over to the short, but it's a double play. The run will score. Only 1 run on that one. And the tying run is aboard. Bognall to Harvey, fastball, strike 3, 2 down. Winning run at second, but this one will be lined to short, and sure-handed catch. The Farmington Scorpions somehow able to hold on to that one. I mean, with the way Cibola was set up there, it looked like a sure thing victory. But the Farmington Scorpions will win that one 11-10 over Cibola in 11 innings. I mean, big one. Again, we're going to look at those standings and how that shakes it up. The way that District 1 is kind of sitting right now, you've got the 2 Rio Rancho teams at the very top, Volcano right behind them, and then Farmington, Cibola, and Piedra Vista are all competing for that next spot. I mean, it's been a deadlock over there. I think we'll go ahead and look at the final game that we have for you today, which the same night, it's in that same district. It's the Volcano Vista Hawks. It's the Cleveland Storm. Cleveland sitting atop at 6-2 in that district, coming into this Volcano sitting 4-4, right behind the two Rio Rancho teams. Rio Rancho 5-2, and that was during the same game. So as we start this one out, Aaron Sanchez went on and then walks 3 in a row. Caleb Sandoval to the dish, drops that one into right, and the two Anthonys for the Cleveland Storm would come in to score with the 1 out. It's 2-0 Cleveland. Then in the top of the third, you might have noticed that Anthony Del Angel home run in the top 10. Well, Del Angel, the first pitch was way outside. The second one, this was right as it started to storm. We had some rain coming in. You could hear a little thunder going, so maybe that was the power that the Cleveland Storm needed, was a little bit of that. Del Angel muscles one over the fence. It's 3-0. Not a lot more action here up until we get to the 5th inning. Bases walked full. Francisco Vigil on the mound. Larry Garcia at the plate. Garcia puts that one just through, and he brings in a pair on a single. Del Angel, you see him cruising right there. That was his 3rd run of the day. So he had a great one. He would end up leaving the game there as they were now up by 5. So then we go to the top of the lineup. Jaron Vila at the plate. Bases loaded with the 2 out. That one likely should have been the out, but he was able to outrun it, so a bloop single would end up scoring them to 6-0. Volcano Vista still looking for their first run. After the top of the 5th, it's a 6-0 gap. They finally come up here, bottom of the 5th. A hit and a walk put runners on the corners, 1 out. And this guy right here, Noah Massey, Mr. Clutch for Volcano. Whenever they need a big hit, it's always Noah Massey. He's the guy who leads them in RBIs. He's got pretty good numbers. That gives them their first run of the day. Mazurnik up. Aiden Gonzalez takes off at second. It's just a short grounder to second, but Cleveland kind of lackadaisical in the throw out, and you saw Aiden thought of scoring from the second he started running, and it gets them the second out here. Cleveland would not be denied, though. They immediately want to get those runs back. Sandoval makes it 3 RBIs on the day with that shot pass short, 7-2. This inning is not over yet, though, as Larry Garcia, hey, welcome back onto the Sports Report. He steps up for another RBI hit, as this one will be a shallow sac fly to center. He ends up finishing 1 for 1 with 2 walks, 3 RBIs, and the Cleveland Storm up 8-2. And this is just a cool play. Trevin Polanco, there's kind of a slap bunt type thing, and Polanco decides, you know what, I'm going to run this one out. He comes in late to close things out for the Cleveland Storm. He closes out the Volcano Vista Hawks there in the bottom of the 6th. Get this long throw up, bottom of the 7th, 2 on. Lujan steals second. A bad throw allows Elijah Romero to come in from third. So Cleveland still facing a little bit of a threat from the Volcano Vista Hawks, but that's all they would get. This one popped up on that right side, and the Cleveland Storm, who would finish off the Volcano Vista Hawks to hold on to the top spot in 5A's District 1. This one finishes 8-3 for the VSU Cleveland Storm. Volcano Vista fall to 4-5 in the district with a final game remaining against the Cibola Cougars. That's coming up on Friday. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, look at some of the sponsors that make this one possible. When we come back, we'll look at those standings.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Welcome back here, ProView Sports Report. We are here at Studio B at Studio 519. It's 519 Central. You can look us up at studio519.com. So look that up if you want to shoot your own shows. But so busy time here. As I mentioned, this is the final week of baseball, softball here. Aaron Rivera, glad you're with us on the ProView Sports Report. Let's take a peek at some of the standings. Let's look. It's baseball's 5A. Lots of, turmoil in the last week with some big games to finish out the season. We'll talk about them. Let's start here in District 1. So Rio Rancho still have 2 games to play in the district. I believe they will be playing against Farmington and Cleveland, but this Friday, here on ProView, we'll talk about that a little later on, but Cleveland and Rio Rancho, both with 2 losses, so a game on Friday that will have huge repercussions in how that district stacks up, and as I mentioned, there's that deadlock at the bottom. Farmington, Piedra Vista, Cibola, all of them have good records and could be bubble playoff teams, but they've all, that district has just been a dogfight there, and Volcano, like I mentioned, 4-5. They finish out the season against Cibola this Friday. District 2, there's going to be some interesting games coming up this weekend as well. La Cueva sit atop it 8-0. On the Monday replays that we talked about last week, the El Dorado Eagles won both games against Sandia. So now the second spot is 6-2, 6-2. Sandia plays against La Cueva here this weekend, and so if the Sandia Matadors beat La Cueva twice, then it would be a 8-2, 8-2, and then the El Dorado Eagles play against Santa Fe, who, as you can see, have not won in district there. So El Dorado would be the favorites. If they win both of those, then we could have an 8-2 3-way tie atop 5A's District 2. That's going to be something to watch out for this weekend. Let's move along to 5A's District 3. As you can see, the Centennial Hawks and the Oregon Mountain Knights. They are sitting pretty up there. Las Cruces and Mayfield, some of those teams that could be fighting their way in that one as well. But right now, Centennial, for good reason. They were the runners-up in state just 2 years ago. Now on to 4A, or District 4 rather. 4-5. So Carlsbad, they've won that district already. It's 6-0. Clovis, Hobbs, and Roswell trailing behind them. And then District 5, we've got some interesting situations because Los Lunas have all but locked this one up, so they're done playing their district play. And Rio Grande, and as you can see here, the way that the runs factor in, Los Lunas should win that one. Now let's take a look at our schedule real quick for this weekend. So Friday, we've got all those games you can see right there. Highland St. Pius, Atrisco, Albuquerque, Cleveland versus Rio Rancho. New Mexico Highlands baseball is in action both Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday, we got Santa Fe El Dorado's doubleheader, Sandia La Cueva's doubleheader, and the Colorado Christian New Mexico Highlands doubleheader. There's also going to be a 3v3 basketball tournament. I'll be there for that one. Coverage starts at 1 p.m. here on ProView Networks, YouTube, Facebook, and here on Comcast 26. And then Sunday, don't forget, we've got the baseball and softball bracket breakdown. That'll be 4 p.m. YouTube and Facebook, presented by Southwest Styles. Me and Sebastian Noel will be here for you on that. I want to thank you for tuning in to another one here on the ProView Sports Report. Catch us on Sunday for that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks to Alden, our director. Have a good one.